don't be doing all that. And I don't know if it's because he's a man, but he don't be doing all the extra falling out stuff with him.
Keeping quiet no longer serves any purpose, especially after her father's latest stunt, where he claimed to own multiple buildings in Manhattan, says Yana Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather's daughter, who has come forward with information about her father that she acknowledges she probably shouldn't be sharing. Not only did that deception go viral on social media, but it also got the attention of law enforcement, who are now allegedly investigating Floyd's financial transactions and real estate holdings.
The foundation of his claim, a reported $402 million real estate deal involving 62 rental apartment buildings in Washington Heights, Manhattan. Mayweather promoted the deal heavily, presenting as a symbol of his business savvy that public property records do not show Mayweather as full owner of the buildings. In fact, it appears he may only hold a minority stake in them.
The Floyd she knows behind closed doors is very different from the Floyd that people love for his flash and perfect record. She asserts that her father's preoccupation with domination extends well beyond the boxing ring, and that he will make an effort to show off his wealth in any setting, even if it isn't appropriate. Projecting an image of himself that appears impervious to hardship, even when that image jeopardizes the foundation of his family, is more important than merely flaunting oneself.
Is your family business. Your dad, your uncle were pro boxers.
Yes.
And now your 4-year-old grandson.
Yes.
KJ, 4 years old, he's training with. He's cute. He's really cute.
Yes.
My hands are too little. That's amazing, huh?
I live for that young man.
Yeah.
I love him, my grandson.
And so your kids are not into boxing, right?
No, not at all.
No.
She sees the Manhattan lie as a component of a larger pattern rather than a haphazard advertising gimmick. Floyd has always felt the need to present himself as someone he is not, someone more superior, wealthy, intelligent, and untouchable. Yaya claims to have observed her. According to her, Dad made choices that harmed their relationship in order to avoid giving the impression that he was financially vulnerable. Floyd would sooner lose his family than give the impression that he was poor.
Okay, well, we want to know, in the least amount of fights, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
This is not hyperbole. There are several examples throughout history that support Yaya's assertions. One of the most obvious was Floyd's reaction, or lack thereof, when I was arrested in relation to a violent altercation involving her then-boyfriend, rapper NBA Youngboy. Despite their tumultuous relationship, it was evident that Floyd never approved of Yaya's relationship with the rapper. However, when asked about it in a public interview, Floyd changed his mind, stating that he only wanted the best for his daughter and that he had a hazy support for the couple.
Young boy, and she's now pregnant, and people have been talking about it, and I've not even posted on Hollywood Unlocked because I feel like I'd rather have the conversation with you. How did you feel about that?
I just want the best for my daughter. Always want the best. If that makes her happy, then we're happy. Me and her mother is happy. But what I try not to do is get in her personal business, because once she's no longer under my roof, then you know what? It's between her and her better half.
Her incarceration, however, it became clear that Floyd never, ever posted anything about her. He kept sharing pictures of his other kids on social media, including his son Karan, whom he proudly displayed during boxing practice. His supporters were aware of the virtual quiet around Yahya. There was enough quiet to imply that he was putting distance between his glitzy persona and his daughter's legal troubles. The same man who had previously lavished over $1 million on Yahya's Sweet 16 celebration, which featured Drake and Future performances, now pretended that she didn't exist.
Check this out, check this out, check this out, check this out. Whoever doesn't wish me happy birthday, I don't care if it's at midnight or 11:59 tomorrow night, whoever doesn't wish me happy birthday, I bet you won't hear from me again. I swear to God, that's the only one.
Recognized this as the quintessential Floyd, present when it suited him, absent when it didn't. At one point, her father had spent $50,000 simply to have Nicki Minaj attend her 14th birthday. When her life started to brutally and publicly fall apart, he gave her a Mercedes G-Wagon while grinning and sharing pictures with other celebrities. Even though Floyd was no longer with us, he continued to share pictures of himself with his other children and said things like, "Never claimed to be perfect, but I strive to be the best father possible."
They don't see like the human in you a lot.
Yeah,
you know, people on the outside.
Yeah, I'm proud of my daughter, because even though she's a little young to have a baby, 21, and she'll be 22 this year, but I'm proud of her. I'm proud of NBA young boy. Very, very talented.
Boxing analyst Chris Algieri recently stirred conversation with a viral post highlighting Floyd Mayweather's troubling financial situation. At his peak, Mayweather made $300 million in one night fighting Manny Pacquiao, with the event grossing over $500 million worldwide. But Algieri claims the glitz masks deeper issues: IRS debt, unpaid staff and real estate fraud allegations. No longer just speculation, this warning comes from a fellow boxer turned commentator. Algieri noted that Mayweather's once inspiring spending habits now resemble the reckless financial behavior seen in many athletes who eventually went broke, despite massive earnings. Analysts echoed these concerns, suggesting that Mayweather's financial empire isn't as invincible as he portrays. Mounting taxes, lawsuits, and loans are starting to pile up, and the cracks are becoming too obvious to ignore.
A bunch of gambling debts. Floyd, okay? And he tried to plant fake news out here saying that he was in downtown LA giving out money, and then he was at the, the basketball.
Floyd, then, posted on X once again, perhaps to add fuel to the flames, this time displaying a WBC title belt and adding, "Signing memorabilia for my ACT account holders." That article, which was connected to a cryptocurrency project Floyd is a part of, appeared more like a man's. As supporters scrambled to make money off of his name, they saw that the post's comments were full of doubtful remarks. Some referred to it as just another money grab, while others noted that Floyd had not competed in years and was still pushing Money Mayweather as if it were 2015. They saw this as a frantic attempt to preserve a golden image rather than the actions of a man who had it all.
We appreciate your stance on still wearing Gucci and not bowing down to that. How do you feel about the pressure that the media tried to give you?
Well, you know, this man will tell you from day one, I was born to be a leader. You know, I was born to be a leader from day one. So I want everybody to follow their own dreams, believe in what you believe in, and I don't have nothing negative to say about nobody.
His own father has warned him as well. Mayweather Sr., who was instrumental in Floyd's training and mentorship during his illustrious career, has been open about the dangers his son is taking. Take a look at all the millionaires that lose everything. He told the Daily Mail, "When you have this much money, sometimes you can't control it." Floyd's spending binges are notorious fancy autos, so he wasn't exaggerating. Watches, airplanes, houses, and more.
Your career is on the way, man. Let's get rid of a lot of this stuff, man. Get to your career right, man, okay? So, man, right now, man, you finna move to the top, man. You gotta have
Adding another $100 or $200 million to your current amount seems like a lot. But you can do all kinds of things with money, Mayweather Sr. continued. Floyd can spend any amount of money on stuff in 2 years, but if he treats him well, he will be okay for the rest of his life. Journeys, cars, women. What really strikes beneath all of that is what Yaya's testimony reveals. It's not just about money or fame, it's about a father who may have traded his family's trust for the illusion of eternal dominance. Most fighters go down that hole, and Floyd appears to be on the verge of falling down that hole himself.
One thing about me, I ain't got to do nothing for the rest of my life. I don't got to do it. I can sit at home and write. I can sit at home and write every week.
Usually got more in them.
Call that shit shake. It's like
Floyd. Mayweather has built a public image around invincibility, luxury cars, private jets, diamond-studded watches, and a carefully curated social media presence. But behind the flash, cracks are beginning to show, and some of them are being quietly pointed out by those closest to him. In one of her Instagram posts, his daughter Yaya shared a picture of her son, Kentrell Jr., wearing a tiny Rolex gifted by Floyd. KJ's papa got him his first Rolex, she captioned the post, tagging her father. It was a subtle acknowledgement of his generosity, but also a quiet reminder of his emotional distance. While Mayweather showers his grandson with lavish gifts and flies him around in private jets, he remains notably absent when things get tough. As many observers have noted, he seems like a man who would rather let his daughter sit in silence than risk showing any real vulnerability. Despite projecting control and success through flashy posts and crypto promotions, a growing number of voices, including boxing insiders, are questioning the reality behind the image. For Yaya and others, no amount of wealth can fill the emotional.
So the money's really gone. Yeah. That's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money. All that money. Yeah, it's been 2 years. So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's gone. Trust me. Now it's like you call him, he'll be at your local host in a nightclub because you need that action right now. Do you think he should step back in the ring?
Void. Gifts may show up, but presence, real supportive presence, often does not. And that silence is starting to speak volumes.
Doctor News. Amir Khan's comments on Floyd Mayweather's finances have sparked controversy, highlighting Mayweather's support for Israel without acknowledging Palestine. Concerns about bias, accountability, and public responsibility have been raised. The debate shifts focus from Mayweather's boxing skills to the character implications of his political views.
Floyd Mayweather caught up in Dubai. Is he stuck there? Some people are like, nah, man, that's some nonsense. No, he really is. He's stuck there because he borrowed some money, he gambled it all away from a casino over there, and he can't get the hell out of there. You have seen Gervonta Davis all over the internet. He's been clowning him. He said, hey, he tried to leave today.
When I stood behind Israel, I wasn't looking for an award. I felt I did what was right. And if that's, when you choose your side, you stay on that side. And this is the side that I chose.